So you asked me, how did I actually come to the realization about the power of joy? Well, how I really came to that realization is I was in that oftentimes my emotions were everywhere. And I began to think about the scripture that says the joy of the Lord is my strength. And I thought, my strength is not in me trying to figure things out. My strength is not in me trying to work things out or depending on other people. And it just hit me that the joy of the Lord is my strength. And I said, wow, if I just began to really focus on that, how much more stable will my emotions be? And then I begin to realize that if my emotions are more stable, the choices and the decisions that I make can be more constant. So as I was driving down the street one day, and I do a lot of driving, I got this revelation or understanding about algebra, and how in algebra you have the variables and you have the constant. And the constant never changes, but the variables do. And I said, that's it. In life, there are so many variables. But if I keep my mind on the constant, the variables won't affect me emotionally and get me off balance one way or the other. So I thought my equilibrium, in order for me to be a better person, for me, not for anyone else, must be constant. And I went back to that scripture that said, the joy of the Lord is my strength. And I said, what? I don't have to lift a weight. I don't have to run a mile. I don't have to get my lungs prepared to take in more oxygen. You mean to tell me that my strength is in joy? And that's how I began to think about it. Let my strength be solidified through the constant, and that constant is joy. That's how I became aware and cognizant of joy, the constant. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Joy.